name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
I love it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Steve Stevens, a.k.a. the Bookie Killer, sitting here with my partner, the Big Skipper, a.k.a. the chiropractor. And yes, you are straightening motherfuckers out from the beginning of the season, aren't you, Skipper?
Cracking backs everywhere I go.
I love your attitude. We got a great show for you guys today. As you know, it's September 8th, 2016. What does that mean, Skip? What does September 8th mean to you, Skip? We've been waiting for this day for a long time.
Opening night of the NFL season. It's the regular season now, guys. It's not preseason anymore. It's time to go.
Like I said, today's the opening day of NFL, ladies and gentlemen. You got a rematch of the Super Bowl. The Carolina Panthers take on the Denver Broncos, in which will be a marquee matchup today. By the looks of the line, everybody and their mom is betting Denver and the under. One thing Steve Stevens can tell you is that the Denver and the under will not win.
Carolina is -3 in this game. On the road, the game is in Denver to start the season. Carolina laying a field goal. The total's 41, Steve.
I'm telling you, like I said, we got an action-packed show for you today. It's opening day of NFL. The whole world's been waiting forever for this. This is the time of the year where everybody bets. The prostitutes, the dope dealers, the taxi cab drivers, grandma, grandpa, even the little old lady that runs a sandwich shop up the street. She's got a fucking two-teamer. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Everybody likes to be involved. Everybody loves NFL, and everybody loves getting paid.
Little old lady from Pasadena, she's even betting.
That's a fucking fact. You know, it's just the atmosphere of Sunday football. People get excited. It gets cold outside, and there's nothing really else to do except for eat good food and make money at the same time. So, guys, don't just take your passion for chicken wings and hot dogs and bratwurst and ribs and chicken and all the eating and do not get that in the way of you actually having fun with the game, but more importantly, making money. I want you to have that same passion that you do for NFL. I want you to put your jerseys on. I want you to get drunk. I want you to celebrate. But don't forget the number one factor of making money. We got a great show for you today, Skipper. Podcast number 89.
Wow.
Fuck, the only thing that I can remember is 1989. 1989 in Las Vegas. Gang banging was in full effect. Bloods and the Crips were everywhere. Drive-by shootings. Metal detectors were getting applied into the high schools. 40s of Old English were in full effect. Rap music, NWA, Ice-T, Run DMC was just infesting the whole world, including kids like myself, who just got my first Public Enemy, Fat Boys, UTFO album and went absolutely berserk. But I know this is your segment. What comes to mind when you think of 89?
1989 or the number 89 jersey?
The number 89, buddy. You know, it's podcast 89. You always 80, give me a jersey number, don't you?
Mike Ditka.
Dicka. I like that one. I don't have an 89. I couldn't think of one to say.
Mike Ditka.
They got written down here, Mark Bavaro, New York Giants. Was he tie in?
Fuck Mark Bavaro.
I was just going to say.
The Bears.
Yeah.
The Bears. Mike Ditka, the Bears.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't know if anybody has a favorite 89 out there. But
I got another one just came to mind.
What?
Being a Chargers fan. Remember the Karate Kid, of course?
Yeah.
Danielson. Danielson wore a number 89 San Diego Chargers jersey in the movie.
Holy fuck!
Do you know who that was?
If that's true, dude, that's an unbelievable memory, dude.
That's definitely true.
You're saying
Danielson wore 89 Chargers jersey. The reason why I know that is because I'm a Chargers fan.
I love it.
As you know. And that number, by the way, Wes Chandler, number 89, wide receiver for the Chargers.
Right when I think you can't do nothing to impress me, that's very impressive because you got to have, well, obviously you're a Charger fan. You've seen Danielson.
I can't do anything to impress you?
Well, as far as like remembering, I try to get stories from the night before. You're like,
well, that's a whole other story.
Well, yeah, you're on blackout mode at that point.
Yeah, I can't remember blacked out shit. But we're talking about the mid-'80s here. I mean, Wes Chandler was with the Chargers from probably 6 or 7 years in the mid-'80s.
How you feeling, man? You looking good? You're feeling good? Obviously, it's opening day.
I'm feeling like it's football season.
Well, we got the troops out there, 24 guys to be exact. I got on the phone for you today, Skip.
Good.
Dedicated to providing the best sports information available. I got a team of hungry agents that are just looking to sign people up all day today. I told them the goal is 100 news. You guys sell 100 news. We go out for little dinner, little brew, little hangout tonight, and get ready to go right back at them tomorrow.
That'd be a hell of a day.
Well, that's the goal. Like I said, I plan on achieving it, Skip. So as long as you stay aggressive, we're ready to roll.
24 reps, they got to find 2 or 3 players apiece. That'll get us to 75. And from there, we can go get the other 20.
Well, I can tell you where it's not going to happen. I don't think we're going to average 3 per man. You're going to have your certain amount of people that get 4 or 5. You're going to have your inbound guys that are getting, 6 or 7. You're going to have your couple guys that blank. And your couple guys that average a deal. But at this time of the year right now, everything we trained them, everything we taught them in preseason, they got their uniform on. It's time to get in the game, get to work, and make these people more money than they could possibly ever imagine. We're sports consultants. That's all we're here to do, is make you guys money.
Yes.
Love us. Skipper, why don't you tell these people, if they want to get involved in our program, if they want to start making money, how to get a hold of us, brother?
Well, the easiest thing to do is just to pick up your phone, Steve. They can give us a call at 877-220-6540. Just call in and say, hey, I want to start making money with you guys. It's just that simple. If you want a free pick, you can go to our website, VIPSportsLasVegas.com. There's packages on there as well that you can purchase. You can wheel around, add a couple things to your cart.
No matter how big, small, tiny, tall, whatever you are, we got a package for every size, shape, or color for every fucking person. It's football season. At this time of the year, you can't be prejudiced to the size, shape, or color of the ball. Everybody should be seeing green right now. Everybody. I mean, that's how the world should be seeing everything anyway. I mean, the whole world should be seeing green at this point. You know what I mean?
Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're at VIP Sports LV. You can direct message us there also if you have any questions. I mean, Christ, you can. If you're listening to the podcast and you love it, subscribe, for crying out loud, so you get updates on every video, right?
Put your comment in there. I love to hear what you guys have to say. When you're subscribed, you get all sorts of different motivational videos. You get all sorts of ads that we're running, stuff that just keeps you up to date and brings you into the life of a guy that bets big and lives larger. I mean, at the end of the day, people do find me and yourself intriguing with the millions of dollars that we bet and everything else. But we got a great...
I'm intriguing, all right.
Yeah, well, before we get into the show, I want to give a shout out to all of our military heroes that are now listening on the Armed Force Radio Network. Thank you for supporting the VIP Sports Podcast. Thank you to the Armed Force Radio Network. And thank you for all our troops keeping us safe, especially during football season when it's the best time in the world. And I'm sure you guys feel it real hard right now when they got to watch games, at the Chow Hall and with other guys and being overseas and stuff like that. It's got to be hard to be away from your family, especially during this time. So I salute every one of you guys. Hopefully we can make you laugh, entertain it, and you guys just go out there and kick some fucking ass like you've been doing. Fair enough?
Every Friday morning at 11:30 Pacific and every Monday at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., Steve, on the Armed Forces Radio Network.
Yep, that's where you can catch us. And you can also catch Steve Stevens in the back of the club sipping Moet is where you'll find me. Getting right into it, Skip. Sporting Bet Report just came out. New research is released. Oh, my God, it's so confusing. Guess what it says?
A lot of money's being wagered on sports?
Oh, my God, haven't we been saying that for about 6 years now? Extending legalized sports betting beyond Nevada and other states where it's currently lawful, or I should say unlawful, would create nearly $12 billion in gaming revenue in the United States, says a new report from the Global Gaming Analyst.
That's a whole lot of cabbage.
$12 billion, and I'm telling you right now, that's a small figure.
Yeah.
Those are doing numbers on the low end for sure. You make sports betting legal around the United States, it'll get up to the point where it's $100 billion, if not almost $1 trillion industry. That is a fact.
There's a whole lot of money out there, people. Don't let the players be the only ones to get paid, as Steve always says.
Oh, that is a fact. But more importantly, let's take it deeper. Let's stop paying Costa Rica and Argentina and Brazil and all these offshore fucking companies.
Cyprus.
Yes, stop paying Cypress Hill. Stop giving all these offshore people billions of fucking dollars. To you politicians out there, to you analysts, to you guys that are going for the movement of making sports betting legal, get it fucking done. The United States of America can use an extra $50 billion in taxable money. It'll make guys like us not have to pay for roads, parks, make the schools a little better. Real similar to the law that marijuana's laid down already, but I can tell you right now, there's a hell of a lot more money in sports betting than there even is in marijuana.
There's billions of dollars leaving the United States
of America.
Billions of dollars leaving the States every single year to offshore.
Every fucking day and month.
Offshore sports betting, casinos, offshore sports betting. Billions of dollars is leaving the country.
So Donald Trump or Hillary Clitoris, if between the two of you motherfuckers, if you can't figure out making sports betting legal in like 7 states and give it a try, you already got Nevada, let's say what, California, Texas, New Jersey, New York, and maybe Florida. And maybe Florida. Mississippi. Well, I'm talking about, let's do some.
They already got the casinos there.
I understand that, but I don't know if it'll support a major sports betting.
Oh, it will. They love to bet down there in the SEC country.
Where don't they love to bet?
They love to
bet. How about
everywhere.
putting sports betting legal in the state of Florida?
Everywhere.
You'd rather go Mississippi than Florida?
No, not me personally. No.
Put it out in Mississippi. Anyway, like I said, NFL kicks off today, Skipper. I couldn't be more excited. Even though we're grinding all day, we got here bright and early this morning to do a podcast for you guys.
We sure did.
I think you could tell our voices are a little deeper than normal. You know what I mean?
I still got that sleepy dirt in my eye.
But we'll pull out of it.
Still got
Super Bowl rematch. You want to get into that for us, Skip?
Super Bowl rematch. Carolina and Denver tonight. It's the start of the season. Super Bowl 50 rematch. We all know there's no more Peyton Manning. Will Carolina come in and put a whooping on Denver? Will this be revenge from the Super Bowl?
Will Trevor Seaman get semen all over his face? More than fucking likely. Here's the deal, Skip. To the public out there, they're looking at the Denver Broncos as the exact same team that they had last year without Peyton Manning. So mechanically, people think the team's going to run right. They're going to beat the shit out of Carolina just like they did last year. Because if you break down last year's game, really had nothing to do with Peyton Manning. It started right off with a fucking special teams. It started right off with a
lot of special teams, a lot of defense. Special teams was the key to the game for sure.
And so people are looking at
a lot of drop passes by Carolina as well.
When you look at the win, it really had nothing to do with Peyton Manning throwing a bunch of passes and running the game. He really didn't do shit, but he just collect his money from Papa John and a Super Bowl ring and got out of Dodge.
Yeah, he managed the game just enough to get by to win the game.
And God bless him. You know what? The guy deserved and earned every fucking thing he's got. He was a role model, broke his fucking neck, came back stronger, got the job done. And I'd like to say, you went out at the right time. Congratulations.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you know what? I get tired of players dragging it on. If the horse's leg is broke, kill the motherfucker. Don't let us go watch him trot and fucking run on 3 legs for 2 more years because I don't want to see it.
Yeah, well, he's going to make more money in endorsements than he ever did playing in the NFL. This guy's, every other commercial's got Peyton Manning in it.
Buddy, when you're in Colorado where marijuana's legal and you own 100 Papa Johns, that motherfucker is going to make more money off the field than he did on the field any day of the week.
He's penciling Eli Manning for Tuesday. He's got every other commercial. It's insane. So anyway, I guess we're going to see what happens. Carolina's -3 against Denver tonight in Denver. The total's 41. If you get this podcast in time, give us a call. We'll let you know what's going to happen there.
Because I can tell you right now, it won't be Denver and the under. Both of those will not come in. You can hear it from me first right here. Bottom fucking line. That's something that I don't do too often, but you guys want to make money on this game. You want to get fucking paid. I'm doing something very, very special today on the total that you guys can make some money. But let's get right into it, man, because I couldn't be more excited. There's a lot of stuff going on in NFL. Let's just get right to it. You got Vikings +2 at the Tennessee Titans with a total of, what is that, like right around 40, 41? Or?
Well, as of this morning, just a couple hours ago, Minnesota, with Bradford, by the way. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'd like to.
How about the Eagles just getting rid of Bradford out of nowhere?
Well, you know what, Skip? You've always...
Gotta love it, actually.
I was just going to say,
love it.
You've always treated him like a bitch. I've actually wondered why you were so mad at him, and it looks like they treated him like a $2 whore, too. You know what he needs to do at that point? Put your tail between your legs, go curl up in a ball, and lay down like a dog, because you just got treated like a bitch.
He didn't want to be in Philly. We really didn't want him there anyway. It was a terrible decision to get him to begin with. And we ended up getting a first-round draft pick, which, by the way, the draft will be in Philadelphia. next year, which is perfect.
You guys are going to end
So-
up with somebody very, very special for giving up Bradford and to get a first-round pick. I think you guys made a tremendous decision.
We got a first-round pick and a fourth-round pick.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you ask me, would I have done that all day long?
Absolutely.
I think it was a great move, and they should stay focused on stuff like
Absolutely.
that.
And,
But anyway, they traded first round for Sam Bradford, but the Vikings are +2.
They're -2.5 now, actually.
You didn't let me finish. Came out at a +2,
Mm-hmm.
41, is now at a 44, and an opposite -2, Minnesota.
Yeah, as soon as Bradford got in there, the line moved a little bit. The Vikings laying 2.5 on the road to Tennessee. That should be an interesting game. What else you think is going to be crazy this opening week?
Let's just stick with Minnesota. Very, very sad with Minnesota being a team that could have went in very, very solid quarterback, and it's just a shame they had some problems over there at the quarterback position because it's a team that could have actually competed, and it's a team that could have and probably still could cover the spread a lot more than people think.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Bradford, they could have had they could have been in a worse position. I mean, Bradford's not the worst quarterback in the world. He's certainly not the best.
But they haven't had the best luck in the world over there in the quarterback position.
No, it's a shame that Bridgewater went down.
Because Bridgewater is looking solid. I'm really into this kid right now, and I'm kind of sold on him, to be honest with you, Skip.
It's a pretty good, listen, it's the best replacement that the Vikings could have done, especially on short notice like this. I mean, I think they did all right by picking him up, to be honest with you.
I know they did. Then you got Detroit. You got Detroit at Indy. Indy laying 3.5. Over under being 51.
Yeah.
Now, Detroit, like I said, they've lost a couple players. They seem to be pretty focused this year. The Indianapolis Colts was a team last year. Did we get hot with betting them at a certain point? Yes. As an overall, were they a disappointment? Absolutely. They disappointed me all year long. With their talent over there, I thought they looked like shit. However, this year should be a different story. What do you have to think about those two teams?
I think
Skip?
Detroit's going to be fast. I think they're going to be moving the ball up and down the field. I think they're going to put up a lot of points. And if you listen to last week's podcast, the Detroit Lions are my sleeper in the NFC this year, Steve.
Beautiful. And I say...
And yes, that's a big game for them, opening week in Indy.
That's correct. I say that's a marquee matchup, and I say that Indy performs this year against the spread a little bit better than they did last year.
Colts at home laying 3.5 to Detroit. Be careful.
Yeah, well, a better game, like I said, you got Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. Now, we've said it over and over and over. Dallas doesn't surprise anybody. Dallas doesn't excite nobody. It's actually an even money game.
Yeah.
I'd have to give the Giants a little bit of an edge in this game due to the fact that Romo is a homo. He's never there to take care of his team. I don't know what kind of drugs him and Jerry are sharing, but they built a bond that nobody knows.
Well, this is a big game in the NFC East, that's for sure. The New York Giants travel into the Big D to take on the Cowboys, the Tony Romo-less Cowboys, as you said. And the odds makers have this game at a pick, Steve.
Well, and don't forget the guy
That's a lot of respect for Dallas.
Don't forget we got a Manning over there in the Giants that does have some jewelry, Skip. You know, a lot of people don't give that kid any fucking respect, but he's been to the Super Bowl a couple times, my big friend.
He sure has.
So, you don't play him like a fucking punk either.
You got a Super Bowl quarterback, a Super Bowl ring-wearing motherfucker.
A champion.
Yeah.
A true champion.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't deny it. Eli's a champion. Whether you like him or you don't like him, which I personally don't, but that's a whole other story.
Nobody does because he's Peyton's brother. He doesn't have...
No, I don't like him because he refused to sign for the Chargers, and I'm a Charger fan. But anyway, whether you like the guy or not, he's got some jewelry.
The reason why
he's got some jewelry.
Reason why he's not an all-out superstar, he's not too funny. He keeps his, his personal life is kind of personal. He doesn't have a mouthpiece like Peyton. He can't really talk, and he's a shorter version of Peyton. But overall, the guy's a superstar. He's proved it. He's a world champion, and he has a ring. And one thing that I will tell you, if you guys can read between the lines, be very careful. You got a backup quarterback going against an all-time superstar with an even spread. It is what it is. Moving on. I don't want to really keep going into NFL because, like I said, it's here. At this point, give us a call. Let my hair turn gray. Let me have a heart attack at 45. Let me stress my family out so you guys can fucking enjoy the fruits of my labor. That's all I want you to do. Let me do the work. Let me lose not sleep at night. Let me eat, breathe, and sleep football for you guys to prosper. Fair enough? Now, I do want to talk about college football because it is a big week, and last week had upsets fucking galore. Underdogs have been covering, and I want to be the first to tell you, Skip, and I want to look right in the camera. We're always talking about I'm the best in the world, which I am, and I'm proven. We're always talking about how good we're doing. We always talk about we're kicking ass. But you know, Skip, I've swore to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Right.
And I want to say I had the worst week last week in college baseball and NFL than I've had in a calendar year.
College football, yeah.
College football, I lost 3 out of 4 games.
It was fucking.
You want me to fucking lie to you? I tell you guys, I win all the time. I win 6 out of 7 days. I have 16 straight weeks where I make a Minnesota kid that's betting $500, $400,000, a little over $300,000, right at $400,000. But guess what? The last 7 days, I went 2-6, which I'm not too. I'm actually ashamed.
Yeah.
I'm not too proud.
Well, you know what? It takes a real man, and it takes a couple of guys that can look you right in the eyes, look right in the camera, and tell you, we fucked up week 1 of college football. It was fucking ugly.
Who comes out on their podcast and says that? What kind? That doesn't bring any positivity to get anybody to call.
Yeah, fuck Penn State, fuck Happy Valley, and those fucking non-covering motherfuckers.
Yeah, Notre Dame. Yeah, I had Notre Dame. Yeah, I had
20,
Notre Dame.
Laying fucking 20 and laying 22, winning by 20. But anyway, we're not going to get into it. The bottom line is, we're as real gets.
And here's the.
We're looking you in the fucking eyes and we're telling you, we fucked up week 1 of college football. It was fucking not good. Guess what? We will come back.
Oh,
because we have losing games. We have losing days. We might even have a losing week every
but
now and then.
we never, ever.
We never, ever
have a losing season.
or a losing month for that matter.
Ever.
Yeah.
That was my point. The reason why I brought it up is losing comes with the territory,
Yeah.
and I don't want everybody to think that I win 100 out of 100 games. Do I win money 3 out of 4 weeks? All the fucking time.
Absolutely.
Most of the time, do I win 4 out of 4? Abso-fucking-lutely. But last week, I had a terrible week. I fucking lost money. I cost myself $500,000, but Skip hit it right on the head. I wanted to prove to you guys that it comes with the territory, and I have bad days. Hell, even now and then, I'll have a bad week. But we never, ever have bad months, and we've never, ever had a bad season. So I just wanted to get that off my chest to let people know that if you are just signing up or you're a client that signed up last week, best believe I'm going on a vengeance, I'm painting my face, and I'm getting in the game, and I'm going to fucking war for you guys. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get the job done. If I got to get in the fucking game with a helmet and go lay a motherfucker out.
Yeah.
Because that's the type of passion that I have for making you guys money. But like I said, started off a little rough. It's not how you start, Skip.
It's how you finish.
It's how you finish.
Well, yeah, listen, my grandmother always told me, if you want what's at the end of the rainbow, Skip, you're going to have to put up with a little rain.
And if you're not...
And it was raining a little bit last weekend.
It sure as fuck was.
Yeah.
And, you know, and mine always
But
told me...
the sun is out, Steve. The sun is out. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be a beautiful week. The rainbow's out there, and I know what's at the end of that rainbow.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't know if you were sleeping with a leprechaun or if you just flat out got the luck of the Irish, because there's rainbow and pots of gold in our site all over. Don't let the players be the only ones that collect those pots of fucking gold. There comes a time where you deserve to shine. But anyway...
Let me say one more thing. If you're out there thinking, wow, do I really want to work with these guys? Do I want to call VIP? Do I want to have the biggest football season of my life?
After he just told me that he lost opening week?
No, actually, that's incredibly important. I'm going to tell you why. We sure as hell ain't going to lose this week.
You don't want to be lied to, do you? You want everyone to lie to you?
You want a guy that's going to lie to you, or do you want a guy that's going to fucking tell you straight up, I fucked up. We had a horrible fucking weekend, an opening weekend of the college football season, but I can assure you of this.
Our phone won't be disconnected.
I can assure you this. We're still here. We still answer the phone. We're not hiding from anybody. We had a horrible fucking weekend, but guess what? My point is this. This man will come back. I've been around him long enough to know he will fucking absolutely dominate week 1 in the NFL, and we will absolutely dominate week 2 in college football. And as far as the baseball goes, we've been kicking the ass of baseball all summer.
When you're 75%, a bad week doesn't mean a motherfucking
I'm not even worried about the baseball. That's been taking care of itself all summer. But I can assure you, this man will bounce back this week in college football. I can absolutely assure you of that, and we'll have the biggest opening week in the NFL season ever in the history of this company.
I love your attitude, and that you could take to the bank. That's the realest shit you ever spoke.
That's it, man. That's it.
It's the realest shit you ever spoke.
You want
right
a guy
there.
that's going to lie to you, or you want a guy that's going to be straight with you?
Exactly.
877-220. I'm going to do something crazy right now.
Because I can show you better than I can tell
I'm
you.
going to fucking do something crazy right now. 877-220-6540. Call us. I'm going to do the same thing I did last week for college football, Steve. Call us right now.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Fuck it, add Monday in there too.
You get the entire fucking weekend straight through the Monday Night Football game, $99. Did you hear this? This is how sincere we are. This is how bad we want you to win. I can assure you we're going to kick the bookies' ass this weekend after what he just told you. Okay?
I think they, like I said, Skip,
$99. Give us a call straight through Monday Night Football. New players only. And this is the last time I'm doing this all season. So you better call now.
Give us 1% of your trust and confidence. Let us showcase our talent. I guarantee you we'll earn the other 99%. That you could take to the bank. Last week, there were a lot of upsets in college football. Are there going to be upsets this week? Sure. That's for us to know and for us to tell you guys. Last week, a couple games that blew my mind. Oklahoma, LSU, UCLA, all go down, Skipper.
Lot of, listen, there was like, 7 top 25 teams that went down? 7 or 8?
Well, I'd have to say one of the biggest wins for the upsets is biggest win for Texas in a long, long time. Oh. Like I said, we were on the opposite side of that game.
Crazy.
We actually lost. We had Notre Dame. It was 50-47 over 10th ranked Notre Dame. Now,
double overtime. What a game.
What a game. If you're a football fan, beautiful. For a guy that had money on it, cardiac arrest, nervous breakdown, anxiety, sweaty asshole, maybe even a borderline athlete's feet. Because you know your feet and your hands were sweating if you were watching that fucking game, if you had 50 or 100,000. Or you can be a composed sports bettor and not a degenerate and look at it as a numbers game and just get paid at the end of the fucking week. As long as you make more money than you lose, that's all that matters. Because when you start getting your heart into it and you start breaking TVs and you start getting mad and you bet with your heart,
well, you shouldn't be betting.
That's when you need to get out of the business because this isn't for you. Right. This is a game for big boys.
Yeah.
It's high risk, but there's a much higher reward.
Absolutely.
That's why no one's betting the stock market no more. That's why we deal with oil tycoons, the biggest hedge fund guys, real estate tycoons. Everybody wants to deal with us right now because there's more money to be made in sports betting than any other investment in the world. Bottom fucking line. But check this out. Texas goes from an unranked team to a number 11 and plus 29-point favorite at home versus UTEP.
Yeah, all of a sudden they're a 29 or 30-point favorite at home against UTEP this week. Last week they were unranked. They come out, they win that game. One hell of a game it was against Notre Dame.
Please don't say anything about that game.
No,
if you guys want free money and you want to take candy from a fucking baby, just call VIP Sports, ask to talk to Skip, sign up for the $99 and say, Skip, go ahead and break me off that information on that Texas game because I know you guys got it. I promise you that.
I didn't think you were going to go there on this.
Well, I don't even give a fuck. Like I said, they don't know what I'm taking, whether it's a side total.
I know.
But like I said, we got to give them a little something too, Skip. You know, they've been following us for a while. It's football. There are guys that read between the lines that make a lot of money with us, you know.
You want a little taste, huh? You want a little taste?
Anyway, like I said, how about Alabama fucking flattening?
Oh.
I don't know who got flattened more, the prostitutes in Las Vegas this weekend or the motherfucking USC Trojans.
Wow.
Huh?
They got just...
Who got flattened more, the Trojans in Las Vegas or the Trojans out in USC?
They got land-based.
My God. They had the land-based.
Just put Alabama in the NFL already.
Jesus, God.
They could beat a third of the NFL teams, maybe half of them.
I got Alabama beating at least 2 or 3 NFL teams, Skip. That is a fucking
more
fact.
than that.
They're serious. And like I said, we said it last week. We said Alabama was going to be a hard-hitting game. And did we not see some hard-hitting fucking plays in that game?
Man, that was just a massacre, man.
I don't know who was hitting harder, my bong or Alabama's fucking defense. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put that in your comments. What do you think was hitting harder? Alabama's defense or Steve Stevens' bong over the last 5 days?
That's a good question.
Because I'd have to go with my bong, brother.
Could be.
I've been firing that thing up and rocking and rolling, getting focused, getting my mental clarity, sticking to my sativas so I can focus for you guys and get you guys that money. You know what I mean? We didn't see a lot of big hits. Florida State comes back to beat Ole Miss.
Another crazy-ass game.
I mean, how the fuck do you lose that game?
Ole Miss is up 28-6 in that fucking game.
Unbelievable.
They're up 28-6.
Now, let me ask you, is that straight first game jitters? Is that
Yeah.
the coach's fault? Who the fuck is to blame? I'm taking the coaches on this.
No, I think it was a quarterback for Florida State. I mean, the first game jitters, man. Quarterback for Florida State, his head just wasn't in the game. Man, he went to the locker room. He got smacked around a little bit, got his head straight. They just came out in the second half and just totally annihilated him. Just totally dominated the second half.
It was embarrassing, like I said, for a team that came out and just knew they were going to win. Number 13, Louisville, minus 14.5 at Syracuse on Friday night, which gives these people plenty of time to check the podcast on Thursday and give us a call before that game on Saturday.
Well, here's the thing. There's 2 games Friday night. Okay.
You want to talk about any of these games that we got to focus on? Any marquee matchups? Anything that excites you?
Well, there's a doubleheader in college football Friday night. Okay, Maryland goes into Florida International. Maryland is a 10-point favorite. The line on this game is 56. It opened up at 9.5, so they bet Maryland a little bit. It's going up a half a point, Steve. The total opened at 60. It's down to 56. So that's the first game in the doubleheader tomorrow. Maryland at Florida International. Maryland laying 10 in that game. The second game, as you just mentioned, Louisville and Syracuse. Louisville heading into the Carrier Dome. Wow, the Orangemen, a 15-point dog in this game, Steve.
I don't like that spread. I think there's a fucking 5-point line differential on this game, to be honest with you.
Louisville minus 15, total 69.5. The game opened up at 13.5 and 64. So they're betting Louisville in the over all day long.
Here's what I want to tell, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just getting into sports betting, or you're betting on your own, or you played with VIP Sports last year, don't listen. These fucking game sheets on Saturday can look like Chinese writing after a while, Skip.
Oh, you ain't
There's so many fucking games, so many things to choose from. Why would you go on your own and throw darts at a dartboard when you can have guys that have been up all night studying, dealing with players, coaches, CEOs, and more importantly, guys that make the fucking line? Looking for 7-point line differentials. Looking for players that are sick. Looking for shit and elements that just aren't out there to the public, Skip.
That's it.
So go to VIPSportsLasVegas.com. NFL starts today. College football's in full effect. If we can't find you some winners, I shouldn't be in the fucking business. And believe me, I ain't going nowhere. Moving on to Major League Baseball, which is right up your alley, Skip.
Yes, it is.
With the big skipper. The hunt for October as teams eye the postseason. There's a very, I don't know, pretty tight in the AL East, to be honest with you.
The American League East is absolutely insane. You got Boston, who presently is in the lead, but not by much. Toronto, who's lost 3 games in a row, they're right there. They're basically a half a game out. And Baltimore, who's only a game or a game and a half out. It's a real, listen, the American League East is tighter than any mouse's pussy.
I was just going to say, this, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just getting ready to say that this AL East is definitely tighter than a mouse's pussy.
Yes, it is.
And you know how tight that is, don't you?
It's very tight.
Oh, my God.
Unless it ran into a big rat.
Well, then it got loosened up a little bit.
If that mouse crossed a big rat, she might have been loosened up a little bit.
Let me give you my breakdown. It's coming from a true professional. And Skip, I am going to toot my own horn. There isn't an individual on this planet fucking Earth, and you're one of the biggest baseball fans in the world, there's not another individual on this planet fucking Earth that hits 74% all year long to date like I have in Major League Baseball.
It's been an incredible baseball season.
And I will take a bow to that.
Incredible.
Because I've spent hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars to get that information for you guys, and it's not going to stop. And all I can say is I've accomplished something that I never thought I would. I've always hit 69, 70. I've never got up to 74. And another reason why I was put on CNBC.
Here's the thing about...
The reason why I had a TV show. The reason why I was the one and only person. Sports betting's been around for hundreds of years, since the Rome days.
Since the caveman.
Since the caveman. I'm the only person to ever have a primetime television show on TV, not to mention the Business Financial Network, CNBC, as being the best sports consultant in the world. You know why there hasn't been anybody else?
Because
there's no other TV shows? Because no one's even fucking remotely close.
Right.
So for you guys to think that I have competition, the competition is none. Just understand that right away. No one even comes close to doing what we're doing. These guys giving out free games are calling you from basements, their grandmother's house, cell phones, the whole 9 yards. Let's go back to the mouse's pussy.
Back to the...
Let's go back to the tight race. Here's one thing I do want to tell you. Mm-hmm. Watch out for Toronto. And I mean watch out for Toronto in a bad way.
I totally agree.
You look out, listen what I'm saying. They've been on fire. They've been a force to reckon with. Mm-hmm. I think they turn to shit.
Really?
I don't think they get all the way shitty. I don't think they finish the way that they're supposed to. Keep an eye out on for them.
Well, they've lost 3 games in a row. They just, like I said,
they're beat up a little bit. Watch out for them.
It's a 3-way race: Boston, Toronto, Baltimore in the American League East. And for all you Yankee fans out there, yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you the Yankees have been playing great. They've won 4 in a row again.
They brought out the broom and swept Toronto like hoes.
They're 2.5 games.
Swept them like the front porch.
They're 2.5 games out of the wild card They won 4 in a row. They're still in the mix. I mean, the wild card in the American League is wide open. There's still legitimately 6 teams that can make the postseason, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got Toronto, Baltimore, which currently, if the season ended right now, Toronto and Baltimore would be the wild cards because Boston would win the
And
division.
2 teams that scare the fuck out of me. Baltimore can lose any day.
Detroit is only a game out, okay? In my mind, I believe Detroit is going to get there. I like their run.
I would actually trust Detroit more than Baltimore on the road.
Yes, I agree. Detroit, only a game out of the wild card right now. They got a great lineup. I like their offense. I think they're going to make the postseason. I think the Yankees aren't going to get in. Houston Astros are coming on. They're 2 games out of the wild card. They're not going to make it. Kansas City, they've been playing pretty well. They're still 4 games out. They're not going to make it.
Lost to Minnesota last night. Should be absolutely fucking embarrassed.
Yeah, they should.
Dodgers up 4.5 games out of the West. Texas, Cubs, and Nats feeling kind of comfortable. Indians are up 5.5 on Detroit, to be exact, Skip.
Yeah, they are. It looks like the Indians are going to win that division. I thought Detroit would come on here at the end and steal the division. I really did. I said that a couple podcasts ago. I still believe Detroit could sneak in. I think they're going to get in the wild card.
Well, and entertainment news, moving on, like I said, Khloe Kardashian back in the news, Big Skipper. What do you think Khloe could possibly make the news for? How big her camel toe is, how much weight she lost, or another NBA cock she sucked? Which one you think it is?
C.
Ding, 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 ding. You are the $25,000 winner. Ladies and gentlemen, Khloe Kardashian back in the news for gobbling another cock. And I'm not talking about a chicken sandwich. I'm actually talking a good old-fashioned NBA cock, which, as we know, Khloe Kardashian fucking loves more than anything. Okay?
A good old-fashioned NBA cock.
Oh, dude, I don't know what she likes more. Cozying up to her pillow in the middle of the night on Xanax, or a good old-fashioned 13-inch black cock slapping her lips?
B.
B. Ding, 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 ding. But it has to be NBA. It's not just a white or a black thing or a Mexican thing. And the cock has to be certified NBA.
Okay.
So in today's news, as I've said many times, Khloe Kardashian has a fetish for sucking NBA dick, God bless her. In the past weekend, Khloe went on a secret Mexican getaway. He obviously took this Heine, he took his Heine Khloe out there to the Mexican fiesta getaway. Anyway, Cleveland Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson. I think everybody knows who Tristan is, don't you?
He is the lucky recipient.
He's the lucky recipient of a piece of Khloe pussy.
Okay.
As you know, the Khloe pussy's been around Hollywood for a while. It's been around the entertainment business, been in the music business, been in the rap business, been in R&B. It's been in the NBA. Her pussy's been lingering around the NBA for years. It's now to the point where it's very seasoned and people actually enjoy it.
Well, that's why I took it to Mexico. It's seasoned.
Exactly. Put a little spice on that thing, take it to Mexico, and eat it like a fucking enchilada. You know what I mean? I bet you Tristan ate her pussy. How many times do you think he ate her pussy on that Mexican giveaway?
Oh, holy.
Tristan, shame on you. Did you lick her butthole? When no one was around in Mexico and you guys had 17 shots of tequila, you sucked her toes and fucked her ass, didn't you? Be honest.
Holy churro.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway. Thompson's
he got his churro out, Steve.
Thompson's just another spider that Khloe got caught in her web. You understand that?
Right.
She's been spotted in L.A. many a times with Tristan, and the getaway has been confirmed by both reps. First it was Richard McCants. Then it moved to Lamar Odom. Then it moved to James Harden. Now it's Tristan Thompson, and that's only the people that made the papers.
Right.
I can't tell you how many dicks got wet and nutted off on her face that were in between that. What I want your comments on is how many NBA dicks have Khloe taken down in the middle of these other 4 guys that made the fucking news? I say 10. What do you guys say? Put your comment in and tell me. How many do you think, Skip?
I'm just fucking baffled over here. I mean,
Well, she's just NBA crazy. She likes to fuck, and NBA players like fucking her.
Well, yeah.
See, if you're going to have a favorite player in the NBA, would you rather them fuck Christina Milian, a 5'2", beautiful half-breed black girl and white girl, or would you rather them fuck a 7-foot monster?
I don't care who they fuck.
Well, let me tell you, I'd rather my favorite player fucking Khloe because number one is lower back pain in the NBA, and we've already said it doesn't match up.
Right.
When these 6-foot, 7-foot NBA players are fucking these 5'2" girls,
Too much bending over.
I mean, they go to 69 and the girl's on their knees. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you get what you bargain with. So keep fucking taking care of the NBA. I think the NBA should sponsor Chloe. As many dicks as she's taken down, if she doesn't deserve her own jersey or her own something, then I don't know. I mean, what's the mom's name? Chris?
Yeah.
Kris Jenner, if you can't get your daughter an NBA deal for as many NBA cocks as she's taken down, shame on you. She's taking more dicks than fucking ballparks are taking down beef franks. Oh. And you know how many hot dogs they're eating in a ball stadium.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on, Jerry Heller, a guy, an OG legend. Jerry Heller died September 2nd, supposedly had a heart attack in his car, wrecked his car, later died at the hospital.
Wow.
Jerry Heller is an American music manager and big-time businessman. He's best known for the management of the group NWA and Eazy-E. Here's what I'm thankful for Jerry Heller for. Thank you, Jerry, for meeting with NWA and, more importantly, Eazy-E, so guys like myself grew up to music like that. Because what they created with Eazy-E and NWA was a genre of music that I personally grew up to. Loved it. When I first heard that Dope Man, it blew my fucking mind, Skip. Mm-hmm. Took me from Motley Crue and Ozzy Osbourne as an 11-year-old right to NWA and UTFO and Fat Boys. Wow. Blew my mind. I was always into rap. I had Fat Boys, UTFO, Run DMC, got into Public Enemy, always had LL Cool J. But when NWA came with the cuss words and rap and talking about dope, and it just blew my fucking mind. They gave that reality what I was living out there in North Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. Shout out to everybody out in North Las Vegas. I love you.
Well, he was also prominent in my area of music.
Yes, he was.
Back in the 60s and 70s, he was involved with Elton John.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, Pink Floyd, who I just went to see that Australian Pink Floyd band.
How'd you like it?
That was pretty good. It was fun.
Well, I mean, and these are people in their first American tours, guys. Mm-hmm. These are people in their fucking prime. So you got a guy that created NWA, guys that dealt with Pink Floyd, Elton John, Marvin Gaye, Journey, Van Morrison, and many, many more talents.
That's a lot of talent.
That's a A to Z genre. Mm-hmm. You got everything from rap to rock and roll to fucking I mean, he covered everything from A to Z in the music industry.
Go from Marvin Gaye to Pink Floyd to NWA. Yeah, that's quite a realm.
Having a history of heart problems, this guy's dealt with a lot. Could you imagine him dealing with NWA and Eazy-E back in the early 80s when gangbanging was in full effect? That guy put his life on the line to make those millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. He could have easily got killed with all that shit back then. But a ruthless guy, a fashioned Jewish guy that did whatever it takes to get the job done. So Jerry, I appreciate you for giving me that music, and God bless you for that. But I don't appreciate you robbing Ice Cube, don't appreciate you robbing Dr. Dre, and I don't appreciate you robbing and breaking NWA. Fuck you for that, and fuck you for stealing the best rapper's money in history, which is NWA's Ice Cube. And I'd like to say it didn't hurt him, because Dr. Dre is now a multi-billionaire, and Ice Cube is, I think, last net worth $400 or $500 million. Yeah. So Jerry Heller, right before he died, was actually suing the movie, suing Ice Cube, mad at Dr. Dre for the way that he was portrayed in the movie, saying that he wasn't as ruthless as he was portrayed, which I know as a fact he was, and then some. But was he at fault for breaking up NWA? Absolutely. He got with Eazy-E, found him a way to own the group, instilled greed into Eazy-E, and him and Eazy-E used everybody else when they should have opened the eyes and realized that they made the music together, and if they would have whacked up that fucking pie a little bit more and gave everybody what they had coming, we would have got a few more NWA albums. But my opinion, and I know you're just sitting there, Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted was the best album I've ever heard when they broke up. And to NWA's defense, I want to say 100 Miles and Running without Cube is one of the best NWA albums ever, besides the first one. That's my thoughts there. You want to read about Montel Williams? Went from talk show host to a guy that, now as you know, Montel has MS. Do you know he has muscular dystrophy?
I think so, yeah.
Multiple sclerosis.
Mm-hmm.
He deals with it, and he's been dealt with it for a long time, and he's been doing a lot of campaign, raising money. He's a real good guy, man. He's bringing a lot of money in for MS, but you want to tell the people what he's doing now?
Well, he's always been a long-time advocate of legalizing marijuana.
Shout out to Montel.
To combat chronic pain, and I guess he's launched his own line of potent medical marijuana products now for chronic pain, Steve.
Yeah, well, it's called, what is it, Lenativid Labs, whatever the fucking laboratory was.
Lenitive Labs or some shit like that?
Yeah, created his own weed, and what it is, it's a indica. You have indica and sativa, and then you have hybrids, which is both.
Well, it's going to get people super high, I know that.
Well, it's more of a body high, Skip. This is for a body high to calm your nerves a little bit because, you know, MS, you tend to shake a little bit. Marijuana has broken through cancer, AIDS, MS. The weed is, you know, created by him personally. And Williams has been a long-time advocate of marijuana, just like me. As everybody knows, my marijuana's hitting the store next month. Steve Stevens, OG, Master Closing Kush. You smoke it, it's a hybrid, it's a Master Closing Kush. Can't tell you what it's mixed with right now. Just know your mouthpiece will be on fire. You will be spitting flames. If you're a salesman and your mouthpiece is at a squirt gun / BB gun, we'll get you up to a 9mm / .45 instantly. It'll take you a while to get to that Uzi, AK-45 in a tank like me, but you smoke enough, we'll get you there. But shout out to Montel Williams with his own marijuana, supporting MS, his disease. He's fought for it, and I hope you guys get a cure. And until then, marijuana, hopefully it helps a little bit. You know what I mean, Skip?
I do know what you mean.
European football stories. You want to talk about anything in soccer?
Oh, my God. They love my soccer segment.
Well, we've got 15 people last week alone in soccer. Thanks again for your orders. I want to especially give a thank out to Paparazzi. You've done so much for us with this soccer. Our phones have been ringing off the hook. I want to thank your guys out there in Europe that have been marketing us everywhere. It's the reason why I'm excited to read this, because we're just making money hand over fist. And I want you to keep it up, Paparazzi, because without this and this segment...
It's been a new thing for me, Steve. However, there is a ton of money to be made in soccer. The European football has been absolutely crazy. It's been bigger and wilder than my dreams, to be honest with you.
Well, it's a whole nother market that we tapped into.
Yeah.
See, Skip, we're worldwide. All these other guys out there, these little dicks in our industry, guys that advertise on TV that don't know shit, they focus on baseball. Actually, we already just said it in our last podcast, they only focus on football. They don't have enough money or winning games to run the whole year like we do. They put a little money into football, make a couple dollars, and gracefully bow out like the bitches they are.
I was told how big this European football was. I was told how many soccer bettors there were in the world. And
Paparazzi proved that being true.
I believed it. However, now the proof is in the pudding. I mean, I'm getting calls from...
We're not talking about Bill Cosby's pudding, are we?
I'm getting calls from all over the world. I can honestly tell you, I'm getting probably for every 3 calls from the United States, I'm getting 1 from out of the country, somewhere else in the world.
Shout out to everybody in different countries supporting the VIP
Yes.
Sports Podcast. We have over 26 countries that have signed up with our company and counting. Countries we can't even pronounce.
Yes. Shout out to Big Ben down there in Australia. Ben, we love you, and we're going to make a lot of money together, Ben.
AZ Handicapper, shout out to you, brother. Anyway, England wins a World Cup qualifying match in the last minute. It wasn't pretty, but England got the job done. England defeated Slovakia 1-0 on a goal from Adam. See, this is another thing like me and you talked about.
Adam Yolana.
But I'm saying, we don't like disrespecting saying their names the wrong
Right,
way.
right.
So that's why for us, we don't like getting into it deep, but we'll get into it. Anyway, they got the job done in the last minute to get the job done. Slovakia played the first 38 minutes, 1 man down after Martin picked up a red card in the 57th minute of play.
I saw that.
It's pretty rough to get a red right there in 57th fucking minute,
You
bro.
ain't kidding.
Been busting your ass all fucking game. Got to piss you off a little bit. But
England had a lot of chances in that game, Steve. They kept chipping away. They never gave up, man.
one thing you got to love about these soccer players, their cardio is insane. They run fucking miles and miles and miles and miles per game. And they're the most energetic athletes out there in the game.
I think basically that put England 1 step closer to qualifying for the 2018 World Cup.
It sure did. And
in Russia.
that is a fact. So keep playing strong, boys. Keep whooping ass. Keep kicking ass. And we'll keep making money off you guys and for you guys. Fair enough?
Yeah, let's get back to making money in college and pro football this weekend.
Like I said, just to sum everything up, opening night
weekend, yeah.
and NFL tonight. Couldn't be more excited. It's a replay of the Super Bowl. Carolina Panthers versus the Denver Broncos. We couldn't be more excited. Call 877-220-6540 to get on that game. Want to shout out to all the military heroes that are following us. We love you. Keep the country safe. We got some marquee matchups. Vikings at Titans. Detroit at Indy. College. We got a couple marquee matchups going off this week. Don't let that board look like fucking Spanish or Japanese to you. You can look at that game board and start seeing cross-eyed. We've done the research. We've done all the work. All you got to do is pick up the phone. I'll tell you who to bet. You know what I mean, Skip?
Yes, I do.
Baseball is in full effect. Been hitting 70+% all week long. We'll prove it to our clients. We proved it before. We have bad days. Hell, we could even have a bad week. We'll never have a bad month, and we'll never have a bad year. And that you can take to the motherfucking bank. Khloe Kardashian is gobbling down more cocks than any chicken coop you've ever seen in your fucking life. Jerry Heller passes away, OG icon of NWA and Eazy-E. Montel Williams is smoking more weed than a fucking chimney, and hopefully he's finding a good potion that's helping people that have MS to stop shaking and get a little bit more focused. But at the end of the day, the VIP Sports Podcast is to support the legalization of sports betting. It's to show people the formula for success of sports betting, which is money management and discipline. One game a day and not every day. Somebody calls you up and gives you 3 games a day, 15 games a week, you better tie your shoelaces as fast as you can and run the other way from that motherfucker, because all he's doing is throwing darts with your money. If you want to work with somebody that's been in the same location for 15 years, somebody that's licensed and bonded in the state of Nevada, somebody who's licensed and documented on CNBC, the Business Financial Network, as the best in the world, not just some fucking guy on Twitter that says that, not some telephone tough guy telling you he's the best, not some guy that pays for an ad on Scores and Odds that says he's 15-0. No, the fucking truth, the real deal. A guy that can show you better than he can tell you. Go to VIPSportsLasVegas.com. God damn it, the season's here. Don't let anybody tell you what you can accomplish in this life. I don't give a fuck what it is. Whether you're selling cars, you're selling vitamins, or you're selling ad specs, or you're selling sports. In this world, you got to give it everything you got to accomplish what you want in life. You will get anything back what you put in. You only get what you put in. Don't be negative. Stay positive, has a positive aura around you. Build people up. Never put anybody down. Karma's a bitch. What comes around goes around. And at this time, it's your time to shine, ladies and gentlemen. On the behalf of VIP Sports Podcast and myself, it's football season. Let's go get this motherfucking money. You deserve it. I deserve it. Don't let the players be the only ones that get paid. NFL's here. Let's go get it, ladies and gentlemen. I love you. VIP Sports Podcast, I'm out. Let's go get them, guys.
I keep hearing things. It must be the money talking. It must be the money talking.
It's Steve Stevens, I bust your bookie head open. Split it to the white meat, I ain't joking. Me and Dirt Bomb in the ghost float. Straight OG like that kush I be smoking. It's way too potent for rookies to come hit it. A little white girl around, I might sniff it. Popping bub in the club, so twisted. My pops keeps telling me to go get it. So I'm at the sports book, betting big on the Clippers. I'm talking about 5 figures, I need a few shots of liquor. Might need another zipper if the bomb play me. Fuck around and put $500,000 on Tom Brady. When it comes to betting sports, Steve Stevens a beast. Need a certified winner called VIP Sports. Got too many felonies to ride around with my Glock, so sure to keep it since I got shot in Vegas like Pirate.